Hello, Marcus Lim here with Superman Birthright, the Deluxe edition, collecting the 12 issue maxi series by Mark Waid and Lenil Yu, which was originally published back in 2003 to 2004 in 12 issues, as you can see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Okay, so all 12 issues are collected in this deluxe edition, and you can see that the cover to number 12 is also the cover of this deluxe edition. Okay, and you can see the size difference, as it is a deluxe edition, it's bigger. I should also point out that I think there is also a deluxe edition with this cover from issue number 9, like a variant one. Okay, in any case, this series, Birthright, it is a retelling of Superman's origin. Back in 2003, DC wanted Mark Waid to kind of retell Superman's origin to like modern readers, right, without any reference to existing character mythos and all that. So that's what Mark Waid was tasked with doing. Okay, it's the exciting origin of the Man of Steel, and yeah, so original 12-part miniseries. And this deluxe edition also has a new afterword by Mark Waid, reflecting on the enduring legacy of Superman, which is pretty cool. Okay, there was a I think that, yeah, there definitely was a trade paperback collection of this back in 2004, I think, right? Quite a while ago now, but never really had a deluxe edition until now. Okay, so let's take the jacket off. Okay, jacket off, and there you go. It's a wraparound cover, this one by Francis Yu. Very cool. Alright, so let's get into it. Superman Birthright Deluxe Edition. Okay, there's an introduction, and this introduction is an old one, 2004, by Alfred Goh and Miles Miller. Okay, yeah, I think they are the executive producers of Smallville, if I'm not mistaken. And it's interesting because Smallville, right around then, was when Superman Birthright came out, and there are some similarities actually, which I'll point out. So here's issue number 1. Okay, and as you can see, like very familiar origin, Dome Planet Krypton. Okay, so I mean, they are like obviously familiar beats we can see, but Mark Waid does introduce new elements. So for instance, we flash forward like 25 years or so into Clark's adult life, young adults in Africa. Now, why Africa? Apparently, Mark Waid wanted to show that Superman is a citizen not just of America, but of the world. Okay, that's gorgeous, right? Zebras stampeding across the African savannah. Okay, yeah, so he wanted to show that he's a citizen of the world. So journeying to Africa, and something happens here. Like Clark's caught in sort of like a social conflict between two tribes, and I think there was an accident, right? And this was like the trigger to get Clark to really consider what he's been put here on Earth to do, right? Gives him that sense of purpose, which is cool because the why question, like why does Superman do what he does, I mean, that is something that Mark Waid tries to answer, right? To show not just what he does, but why. It's a big part of what Mark Waid is trying to do in this series, to show the why and not just the what. It's kind of cool to see how, obviously the disguise as Clark Kent with the glasses, but not just that. It's also about how Clark carries himself differently, so that people won't suspect he's Superman. We sort of flash forward now to Metropolis, right? Clark as journalist, and again you see these familiar beats with Lois Lane, with Perry White, right? Rescuing the Lois in the helicopter, and we get an appearance from Lex. Okay, and this is where there's actually some similarities with Smallville, because as if you know Smallville, obviously Clark and Lex knew each other when they were younger, right, in their younger days. And this sort of is also presenting Lex in that sort of fashion as well. He knew Clark as a kid, okay, but Mark Waid wasn't really trying to copy Smallville or anything. He was actually just drawing it from, I think, the Silver Age. I think he said Silver Age comics, where apparently Clark and Lex did know each other. But it just so happens that because Smallville, right, came out around the same time, and so it feels like there's a bit of synergy happening there. The other thing I should point out is that the I think what sets this Superman origin tale apart from all the other ones is Mark Waid's emphasis on identity, the question of identity, like who is Superman, like how does he think of himself, right? He is an alien. At the same time, he's also of this world, so and I think at the end, right, Clark, or Superman, comes to the conclusion that he has to accept both sides, right? Accept that he's a child of both worlds, and that is his true identity. So an alien feeling out of place, yes, but also trying to fit in, and eventually by embracing both sides, right, his human side, his alien side, he comes to a realization about who he is. Okay, so now here's the last issue. As we get to the end, right, there's this fake sort of alien invasion that Lex sort of plans, which is a little bit forced, but that's alright. There are some elements that I should say that was used in the 2013 Zack Snyder's Man of Steel movie, especially this bit here about the S symbol, which stands for hope. It's a symbol for hope, which was what Zack Snyder used in the Man of Steel. And in the final moments here, we see a very moving ending, right? Rather moving. We see Joel, right, and Lara. They actually see that Superman has made it to Earth and is now fully integrated into, society, right? And so I think that's a rather moving ending right there. So here we've got the afterword. Superman's Power, Mark Waid, 2022. This is a new one. So yep, this is new just for this deluxe edition, which is pretty cool. He says, the core of Superman Birthright, how and why a human being from another planet grows up to symbolize the best of humanity, which is what I've been saying, right? Mark Waid is concerned about that question of why. Like, why does he do what he does? So here's reimagining the Man of Tomorrow. Okay, so this is like Mark's proposal along with concept art. You can see, yeah, very cool. This was also included in the original trade paperback as well. And that's it. So, yeah. If you have never read this origin story about the Man of Steel, then definitely check it out. It still remains one of the best Superman origin retellings, I'd say. Although over the years it has sort of been superseded by other origin tales like Jeff Jones' Secret Origin. But I think I still prefer this one simply because of, again, the why question, why does he do what he does, and the identity question, right? The fact, and I think that is really Mark Waid's biggest contribution to the Superman legend, and for that, right, it's worth checking out. So hope you enjoyed this video. Quick this look at Superman Birthright the Deluxe Edition. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you in another video.